Hey, how's it going, guys? So today I wanted to share my thoughts on Throne and Liberty. I've been playing it the past couple of days. Got to almost level 30 with the max level being 50. So I've gotten enough of contents of playing the game where I kind of can give like a first impressions. I will do a review once I get to end game and I'm like running the dungeons, doing PvP. That would give me a better idea of the whole game in general. But for now, I just want to kind of share my thoughts on how the game's feeling, if it's worth playing. So first off, the game is free to play on Steam. So if you're interested in MMOs and you just want to play a brand new one that just came out, launch week is probably the best time to ever play MMO when everyone's brand new, checking it out. See a ton of players running around, so I highly recommend it if you just are into MMOs in general. But with Throne and Liberty, I've been pretty surprised about how much this feels like MMO. Most MMOs, when you play them, you are going into a zone, you have a loading screen, and then you go into a different zone. And each of them kind of feel like an instance area where they're just kind of closed off. With this game, it really feels like the entire world is just open. You can travel around, even if you do like waypoint, like fast travels, it still is very seamless in transition. Like there's no like loading screen at all, which is really interesting. You kind of just teleport real quick and your character just moves into the new zone. And I really like that special effect that they do. But just traveling around has been a lot of fun in this game, and I feel like it really captures the essence of a true MMORPG, where it feels like a living and breathing world. And the game looks beautiful. I mean, I'm running on medium graphics. I'm not even running on an ultra or high setting or anything, and it still looks really beautiful. And I haven't really had any issues with the connection or lagging or issues like that or freezing, so it's been running very smoothly. I've been impressed with that. And I really like the idea of Throne and Liberty where every class you can play basically, it's kind of like Final Fantasy XIV with their job system where you can swap to different abilities or classes with different weapons. So if I want to like be a mage, I can get the wand weapon and have all those abilities. So there's no like classes, but they're basically classes with weapons that you swap at any time that you want. And I really like that because I never feel like I have to dedicate myself to one class. I can kind of switch whenever I want. Now, I'm assuming once you get to endgame and you have to upgrade the different gear and weapons, it probably gets more costly to constantly switch to different weapons. But right now, it's been really fun. I've been able to test out whatever I want to play. And I've decided on the Greatsword and Sword and Shield build. I really like this one because you're very tanky and you also deal a lot of damage. It's just really nice that I feel like I don't need an ult character in this game. I feel like you can just play one character and basically do everything that you want. Besides that, I do like the mount system. It's very unique in the sense that you don't have like regular mounts. Like you're not riding a horse, you're not riding a dragon. You are literally the mount. So if you want to run and sprint, you turn into like a lion. And there's different skins, you know, you can be like this one. This is from the early access pack that I bought a while ago. There's other ones that you can lock your course from just doing dungeons and quests. And then also if you're swimming, you can turn into like a fish and you swim really fast. And then one of my favorites, if you want to fly, you turn into literally a flying mount. So you literally are the mount in this game, and I've never seen an MMO do that before. And I think it's a really unique take and kind of gives it its own flavor where it's pretty unique. Now, let's talk about the content in this game. So far, there's been a lot of variety in the game. There's PvP, there's open world content, there's world bosses, there's like secret dungeons where you can do like one-on-one boss fights and you like ascend atop the tower to harder boss fights every round. There's co-op dungeons. There's like a bunch of content in this game that I feel like I haven't even unlocked all of it because I'm not even near endgame yet. Overall, I feel like the game is pretty fun and I definitely feel like it's worth playing. My only critique with the game so far is I do feel like the combat could be improved. So I've tinkered with the settings and I've made them a little bit better where the combat is more smooth with targeting enemies. But I will say in the beginning, targeting enemies was a pain and it felt very laggy and choppy. It didn't feel smooth at all. And I've updated it by looking up online trying to figure out like why the game doesn't feel very smooth. Still swapping between enemies feels kind of weird. I just feel like they could have made it a little bit better, especially considering this is a Korean MMORPG. I don't know if you guys have ever played other MMORPGs from Korea, like Blade Soul, Black Desert, Lost Ark. Like all these games are known for their combat. That's like the main selling point. And I'm ranting right now when I'm about to die. Let me focus real quick. And I actually died talking about this video, so there's proof right there that the enemies aren't that easy in this game. If you pull more than 4 and 5, you're probably gonna die, especially if you're making a YouTube video. But what I was saying is basically in Korean MMORPGs, the combat is like the main selling point. A lot of people kind of play these games knowing that they're pay to win, knowing that they're super grindy, but they're hooked on the combat system. Where I feel like in Throne and Liberty, probably the weakest point in the game so far is the combat, which is pretty surprising. I feel like in 2024, new MMO from Korea should have really great combat. How does a game like Terra that's been out a decade before this game from Korea has way better combat than this game? It just doesn't make sense to me. How does Blade and Soul have way better combat than this game? Way better combat. Like, Blade and Soul is one of the best combat systems ever, and it came out in 2016 in the West. So it's like, to me, that's the main part, and maybe it's because I'm biased from playing other Korean MMORPGs, where if you've never played any of them, you might not have a reference to compare the combat to, and it might not be a big issue for you. But for me, it's something that I kind of look at and go, well, why isn't it more smooth? Like, this should just be a thing. It's a Korean MMORPG. That's like what they're known for, especially from a company that's made other MMORPGs with better combat in the past. So that's my main critique of the game. Overall, the combat is not bad, and I feel like the higher level you get and the more abilities you learn, the better it gets. I would say early game was the worst, but I do feel like it could be improved. Also, these are the settings that I put for attacking with Q skills, auto move within range to attack target, and so on. These were all not checked when I logged into the game and started playing. And I found a post on Reddit where people were kind of saying how to make the combat feel more smooth between swapping between targets. So hopefully this might help you guys make it a little bit more smooth. But overall, the game is worth playing. Straight up. It's free to play. You have nothing to lose. If you love MMORPGs, you're going to like this game. I don't know how endgame is yet. I've heard mixed rumors of being pay to win, being super grindy, being super pay to win, griefing. We'll see what happens. I'm going to just take it day by day and enjoy the game so far. Right now, I'm loving playing a brand new MMORPG, and I think you guys will too. And speaking of pay to win, you know, I saw a lot of people kind of asking questions in other videos and Reddit and forums and all that about, is this game pay to win or will it be pay to win? Because a lot of people don't know and they're turned off by pay to win. I'm going to be honest, a Korean MMORPG, I've never seen one in the history of them coming out that don't have pay to win, or at the very least pay to convenience. It's just coded into the game, like literally, like they have pay to win. It's just how their systems are. I could list like every single one, even Lost Art, Blade and Soul, Black Desert, Terra, Arcade. I'd go on forever. They all have pay to win or pay to convenience. And unfortunately, that's just how they are. They're set up like that. And so if that's a big turnoff for you, even if the game is not pay to win right now, I guarantee you in the future it will be. It might take a year. It might take 2 years. It might take a month. There will be pay to win items added, or even more added than they are now. I don't know how endgame looks in terms of buying gear. But that's a big turnoff for you, and you completely hate pay to win. This might not be the game for you. You might just want to play it for a month, enjoy the new MMO feel, and then just stop playing. It's free. So that's just something I recommend, just my thoughts on that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. I'm going to definitely get to endgame, definitely pump up some more videos, and I'll make a full-on review once I've finished the game, quote-unquote, and done some endgame dungeons. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next one real soon.